What's up, gamers? My name is Sharkbox, and today I wanted to talk about my journey as a streamer, but more specifically, why I decided to go from being a variety streamer to only streaming one game, in this case, Dead by Daylight. Now, I want to preface this by saying that not everybody's streaming journey is the same. There are successful variety streamers out there, so your journey might be way different than mine. Now, I want to be transparent. I am sitting at about 1,200 followers as of right now, but that is exponentially bigger than when I used to be a variety streamer. Now, I'm going to be breaking down this video into three main categories. Those are Master of None, Game Health, and Growth. First category, Master of None. So what does this mean? It means you have a ton of games in your library and you probably play them all, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're the best at, say, one game or one particular genre. And we're not all striving to be the best at whatever game we play, and that's fine. It just means that you have a little less focus. And while we're on the topic of focus, remember streaming is all about the community. So sometimes you'll have the game over here and chat over here, and depending on how much of a gamer you are, you might not be able to give full attention to both aspects as much as you'd like. Maybe you'll die a lot, maybe you'll miss important dialogue or cutscenes, and that can be really frustrating to both you and your viewers, especially depending on how excited you were to play this game. Now, it's not all negative. Maybe you end up playing a brand new game that you never thought about playing at a viewer's request, and you might end up loving it. You just have to be careful about dud games. Now, what is a dud game? It might be a game that no one's heard of, might not have a lot of viewership, and you probably won't even enjoy it, and that will definitely show on stream, so be careful of those. Next, we'll be talking about our second category, Game Health. We all know why we got into streaming in the first place. It's for our love of video games, and having people there to cheer you on, that's a huge bonus. Now let's say for every 10, 50, even 100 viewers, there's probably going to be a couple trolls in there. People are going to be just as excited to watch you play a video game as you are to play it yourself. The only problem with that is depending on how well the viewer knows you, if you're not playing the video game the way that they want you to play the video game, they're definitely going to let you know. Now, what is that called? Everybody say it with me in 3, 2, 1, backseat gaming. Depending on what kind of gamer you are, it's very important to establish whether or not you're open to people helping you while playing the game. If somebody tells you to go somewhere, do something, pick up a certain item, it's important to nip that in the bud as soon as possible to make sure that it doesn't happen throughout the entire gaming experience. Now, despite all these rules, there are going to be trolls that just come in out of nowhere and drop spoilers, especially if you have first playthrough in your stream title. This could happen with games that have been out for years or even brand new games, and it's just kind of the nature of streaming. Luckily, there are things you can do about it. There are special tools that you can use like follower chat, subscriber chat. The only problem is new viewers will come in and they won't be able to communicate with you. So depending on your preferences, it's just really good to have an awesome moderation team to make sure that they catch those problems before they get out of hand. The third and final category is growth. As a gamer, going from game to game was great. It was exciting, kept things interesting for me, but it was really difficult to grow as a streamer because it was inconsistent. Viewers might end up really liking one particular game that you play, but as soon as you beat that game and you move on, they might not be as interested in the next game that you play. So for example, if I was playing a game like Zelda, people would follow for Zelda because they liked Zelda. But then I would beat the game, maybe even 100% it, and as soon as I moved on to the next game that had nothing to do with Zelda, they just would stop showing up. So with that being said, chances are you probably are going to lose a couple followers when you jump from game to game. So if you are a variety streamer, it's important to remember that the game that you play is more or less secondary and that the viewers are going to be there for you. It won't be as important what game you play next because you're always going to be there. Now, when I switched over to just playing Dead by Daylight, I was able to encompass myself into one big community. I began to see the same people over and over again, and we became good friends, and we started sharing communities with one another, and we were just able to grow from there. Since then, I've seen explosive growth, and people keep coming back because they know what to expect. Now, remember, variety streaming didn't work out for me, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work out for you. Now, there is a downside to only playing one game. Say the community dies or something better comes out. If you switch games, it is so difficult to basically just restart your entire community. Now, not everybody's gonna jump ship. You do have a lot of loyal followers that are gonna watch you no matter what you play. Now, just like variety streaming, it is gonna be really difficult to rebuild an audience of hundreds, maybe even thousands. It's just important to remember why you got into streaming in the first place. It's about the games, and the followers will come. Remember, if you're having a good time, your viewers are having a good time. So what do you guys think? Have you had a similar experience like mine? Are you a variety streamer, or are you a single game streamer? Let me know in the comments down below. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. Now, if you haven't been able to guess, I do stream Dead by Daylight multiple nights over on my Twitch channel. The links are in the description below. If you wouldn't mind following, that would be awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video.